Hi guys, how we doing? Welcome back to another video. So I'm teaching myself microcontroller programming. I've got a PIC 16F18877 and I'm going through this curriculum here called Introduction to Microcontroller Programming, bit of kit called EBlocks. I'm on, so it's 102 pages, 101 pages this, and I'm on page 82, I think. EPROM, external interrupts, yeah. So I'm on page 83. So I'm learning external interrupts. So what did we do in the last video? I believe, and it was only yesterday, so I should be able to remember this time. What do? We have time elapsed already, and if I press A7, it will count upwards, and if I press any of the other ones, it will count down. I just saw it count up there. That confused me. So so as I change over, it kind of still gets. There's a bit of a bug period there where it changes up. But anyways, I'll show you. So this will count up, right? And then the rest of these on interrupts will count down. And so the way that that's working is I've got an interrupt on a single pin on A7, and I've got an interrupt as a group or as a port all there on A0 through to A6. So next task, I should say. Go to page, annotate ink. All right, so write a program to make an electronic dice. Interesting. So we're going to count from 1 to 12, display the result on the LCD, starts rolling when switch 0 is pressed, stops rolling when switch 0 is pressed again. Download this program to microcontroller and test it, obviously. Tip: the LCD should display numbers. So finally, they just need more of these tips as well. It's just, anyways. So the LCD should display numbers 1 to 12, one after the other, over and over again rapidly at 20 millisecond intervals. Much too fast to see with the human eye. Huh? Why would you... Wait, what? They want us to do that. Seems a bit weird. I'm going to do it at 200 milliseconds because... Oh, okay. Yeah, then I could press it myself. I don't know. Yeah. All right, let's go for it. So... this is my program from the last one. So what do I want? Well, this is my program actually. This is my main program. We start the LCD screen. We've got a 500 millisecond timer just to initialize everything. Then what we want is that when they said it was switch 0. So which interrupt is this? This is interrupt on pin. And we want to select pin A0. Okay, and then we can delete this count decrement one. I'm going to change this count increment macro. We're going to change that to dice roll. Call it dice roll. So we don't need count decrement. We've got dice roll here. So when A0 is pressed, yep, on the rising edge, then we're going to call this function dice roll. Now, without that function being pressed, we want to loop through. Was it 0 to... How many sides does the dice have? 0 to 12. Okay. Oh, sorry, 1 to 12. So it's a 12-sided dice. So we want to print to the screen. Let's just grab what I need. So clear the screen, cursor, print time elapsed, cursor, print the number, and then count 1. All right, so we just want to do this whole thing really. So I'll cut all of that out of there. So now I'm looking for my interrupt, but I'm also just constantly adding 1. Now, interestingly, to display numbers from 1 to 12, one after the other, over and over again rapidly. So do I have a random function? Obviously, there's nothing that's random, but a function that's already written for me that does some random code or simulates creating random. Icons, calculation, don't know. What I want to do is I want to call like a random function. So in C, I could call random. If I type code here, I think you do like that, don't you? And should just be able to randomize, like, okay, well, even that value, like, I think I can do that. Can I do that? All right, so that's how I do it in C, I think. I have no idea how to do this in Flowcode. So let's maybe go to our old friend ChatGPT. how to write, don't know, what C code can be used to, I don't know, generate a random number 1 to 12. Again, the Flowcode tutorials or this introduction to microcontroller, it just doesn't tell me anything. So srand time, that's using the time. I don't think this code is going to work. Will this work in Flowcode 10? I don't think so. So random number generation microcontrollers. What's this? What's it done? Many embedded system libraries, including those used in Flowcode, provide the rand function, but the seeding with the rand time might not work as expected, since time may not be implemented in a microcontroller context. That's true. Instead, you can seed it with a timer value or another change in hardware input. Okay. So, can we see if this C code will work? I have no idea. So let's put that all in there. All right. Now, what function is it, or what variable is it using? Main seed random. I don't know how to use C code in Flowcode, so all right, I'm going to cancel this. This is a bad idea. Let's just increment 0 through to 12 and do it on, like they said, the 20 millisecond timer. So we will just count from 0. So can we just set count here? Calculation, count, initialize it to 0. So count is equal to 0. And then I guess like an if statement, I guess, to just say, just check right up at the beginning. So if we just say if count is greater than 12, greater than 11, then count is equal to 0 as well. Yeah. Okay, so let's see what that does. Oh, we're not gonna be able to see it. Let me just run it slowly first. So let's do every 200 milliseconds. All right. See what happens there. So I don't have any code in my interrupt, so that shouldn't do anything. I clear the LCD, then I set my cursor time elapsed. Okay, so I don't want time elapsed anymore. We'll change it to dice, but let's see what happens. What comes up here? Hopefully we just get an increment in 0, 1. Yep. Okay. Cool. So that's flying through, and that works as we expect. So now, if I make that super fast, so that's 20 milliseconds. Now what I want is when I press this dice roll, then it calls this macro dice roll. What do I want to happen in here? I'm not sure. Counts from 1 to 12, displays the result on the LCD, starts rolling when switch 0 is pressed. Stops rolling when switch 0 is pressed again. What? How do I do that? I don't know. You want a program that... I don't understand that. So you want the program to count from 1 to 12. Okay, that's what it's doing now. Display the result on the screen. That's what I'm doing now. Then it starts rolling. Aren't I already rolling at this point? What does it mean to start rolling? Okay, so I start rolling when you press switch 0, whatever that means. Okay. Does that mean like think about deciding a number and then stops rolling when switch 0 is pressed again? I don't know what that means. That doesn't make sense to me at all. I'm already rolling. So unless they mean... Oh, who proofread this? Okay, so unless they mean you start rolling when switch 0 is pressed, then that's when you start counting. Okay. Okay, let's do that. That makes more sense. So this one should be up there, like that, I think. And then so it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh wait, even the other way. 2, 3, 4. Let's do it like that. So number one, when you start rolling, so then we clear the screen. No, wait, okay, we print to the screen after the value of count. So let's change this time elapsed and make it result. Okay. So start rolling when switch 0 is pressed. So when you press the interrupt there, then we want to add 1 and do that like that. When you press the interrupt, it will do that in a loop. There we go. When you press the interrupt, it will do that in a loop. It'll start counting forever. And then when I press it again, how do I do that now? Let's do it. I don't know. I can set a flag. I don't know. I don't know what they want me to do, to be honest with you. Let's say flag is equal to 1. So that's just set. Yeah, global variable bool. Yeah, okay, cool. The flag is equal to 1 when I enter that, and then I go into interrupt, and then if flag is equal to 1, I guess I want to toggle the decision flag. Hopefully this makes sense to you, because it doesn't make much sense to me. If flag is equal to 1, then set flag equal to 0. Otherwise, set it to 1. Yeah, I think that'll work. And then okay. So when I press the interrupt, you can hear in my voice the pain that this is. When I press the interrupt, it sets a flag. If that flag is equal to 1, which the first time you press it, it shouldn't be. That's a no. Then set the flag equal to 1. And whilst you're doing that, then do this whole while loop. And just stay in here counting. Then when I press it again, check if the flag is set. Since the flag is set, then reset the flag and exit the program, and then just display that onto the screen. Booyah! I think we got it. I think we got it here. Whew. Again, just with no guidance on how to approach this, it's an absolute pain, man. There's no example code, there's no expected code, there's no tips. Or there's one tip on this one. No screenshots, nothing. This is just not the way that I learn at all. Alright, so what do we have? Currently it's not doing anything, which is interesting. So if I go back to main, it starts the LCD, sets count equal to 0, and then just enters here, checks for an interrupt, clears the screen, so it should print this result. So why is it not doing that? Not doing anything, not doing anything. Even if I press the interrupt, it's not doing anything. Okay, so that didn't do anything. Reset the microcontroller. Okay, it came up on the screen there. Interesting. So maybe the 20 milliseconds is a problem. So let's just do 200 milliseconds again, because that's what we know it worked at. Is that because... Yeah, I don't understand that. Let me reset my flag in the beginning of my code as well. I think. I'm going to reset this flag. Come on. All right. There's still nothing on the screen. Okay. So in the beginning of my program, we set count equals 0, flag is equal to 0. We don't even need this delay to start, I don't think, anymore. I'll just delete that there. Then enter this program. If count is greater than 11, set it equal to 0. Check for this interrupt. So I don't know where to just check the interrupt. And then clear the screen, cursor, print result. Oh, and I don't have a delay there. Let's just add a delay onto the screen so we can see it of 200 milliseconds. That will do. All right, go again. I've got faith that this will work. I had faith last time though. Okay. So I'm printing to the screen, but then I guess I'm just immediately wiping it because it then clears it again. So yeah, I need a delay. Okay. Come on. File sent. Done. What do we have? Nothing. Okay. I press the interrupt. Still nothing. So the interrupt's not doing anything now. Resetting it. Does that do anything? Results 0. So that's now reset it at least. Press the interrupt. You missed it. Sorry. Got too much glare. Press the interrupt and now it's just writing results to the screen. Let's just check my. Well, yeah. Okay. Use macro dice roll and count. So dice roll is calling adding 1. Oh dear. If flag is set and which is not set, then set the flag and then increment count and just stay in here. So it should just be incrementing the count. Oh. So I need to write to the screen here, I guess. Because it's stuck in there. So stuck in there. So I guess I need to stick this. This needs to go into a function itself. I don't like the fact that they don't use the word function. Calling it a macro is weird. All right, so add new, and I want write to screen. Cool. So that's a new function I've got now. Put that in there. So now that should. So now I can just call this. Yeah. So write to screen. Where was that? That was there. Let's even add the 200 millisecond delay there. Put that right in there. So that's one write to screen, and then on a dice roll, we also want it to write to the screen. Just set that to 20 milliseconds now. We want it to write to the screen, and if the flag is 0, also write that to the screen. I don't know. I have no idea. Kind of spamming it all over the place now. All right, let's see if this works. Oh dear. I'd like to say that I'm getting better at this stuff, but I must say I don't feel like I am at all. It's a bit. This is just overall a frustrating experience. If I didn't work for Matrix, I wouldn't be doing this. And I'm not getting paid to do this. I'm doing this in my own time, especially because they wouldn't pay me to break the thing. But I'd like to fix it. It just seems to me like this is such a good product. This, and I'd love to fix this. So, all right. We're printing a result now to the screen. Oh, it's gone way up above 11. So it shouldn't be doing that. So we're getting somewhere at least. My if statement here, where I'm checking, I guess it's not checking that anymore because I'm counting here. So let me put this whole if statement here. If count is greater than 11, count is 0. Otherwise, count plus plus. I don't know if that should be in the no. I think this should be in the no. Yeah. All right, let's try that. So we'll count up to 212 there. or 222, 229, 233. All right. Go again. This needs to, so I need to switch this up a bit. All right, that's switched up. So, come on. Just work now. We're so close. Come on. File sending, file sending, file sending, file sending, file sent. Okay. So, we're counting 11, 12. Yep. Okay. So we counted to 12 there. So that's good. So now, if I press A0. I'm not really sure what I was expecting to happen there. I'm pressing A0. So what's supposed to happen on the dice roll? No, it's not supposed to roll in the beginning, is it? It's supposed to wait for me to press it. So why does it start? That doesn't make sense. So look at my code here. I start the screen, I set my flag and my count to 0, and then I just say enable interrupt. So and I write to the screen. Inside the write to the screen function, am I incrementing anything? No, I'm not. I'm just saying just write to the screen, which should just be 0. Shouldn't be writing anything. I mean, in a way, I can even just delete this write to the screen. It shouldn't, but yeah, I'll leave it. Now I want it to at least write 0. So why is this interrupt triggering? So into pin properties A0 rising edge. So what's wrong with it? Into pin IOC port ABC. And we'll go with that. Let's select pins A0, which is pin A0. I can't remember. N0, A1, A0 there. So that I've set that to pin A0. Has that been selected correctly? Nope. That been selected? Okay, so that's been selected correctly. So that's now on A0. And then we call the dice row macro. When we call it, we're checking if the flag is set, which it shouldn't be set. So then it gets set, and then it increments the counter. It starts counting. So yeah, we got a problem here where my interrupt is being triggered. On the interrupt pin, it was being triggered. So let's see if it's still the case with the interrupt port. If it is, then I'm going to quit here because, again, I'm just not interested in spending, you know, an hour going round and round in circles. So hopefully this works. It's frustrating, bruv. It is literally frustrating. Anyways, come on. Hurry up and do the download. Do the download. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh dear, this is a bullock. Alright, so it's displaying 0 now, which is good. I can see the screen going crazy because these LEDs are lighting up. But if I press this A0 now, it's going to roll. Okay, it's rolling. Alright, and then if I press it, will it stop? Nope. 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 So it started, but it won't stop. Okay, let's just reset and just test that one more time. So 0, perfect. Started, and then now it just won't detect my interrupt anymore. Okay, so does that mean I have to put the interrupt inside the dice roll program? That might make sense to me. So what I've just done there, sorry. So I've copied my interrupt and I'll just put it inside my dice roll program because it gets stuck in this for loop, doesn't it? And then maybe it's no longer checking for interrupts at that point. So if I then still check for interrupts, I know I said this would be my last one, but actually I feel like that was pretty close. So come on. All right. So I thought initially the interrupt would work wherever. If I put it anywhere in my program, it would just always work. But okay, if I'm stuck in a while loop somewhere, I'm now at that point no longer checking for interrupts, that makes sense to me. That's okay. Come on. Yeah, man. All right. Moment of truth. Bloody hell, it takes a long time to download. All right, so we started and then we're at 0. It's not running yet. Press it. It's running. Please work. Please work. Please work. No. Ah, it worked. It worked, but it sets it to 0. So it calls the interrupt. So it catches the interrupt whilst it's stuck in a while loop. But then what happens? It then checks if the flag is set and sets the flag back to 0 and writes. It should write. Okay, let's just check here. So you're stuck in a while loop now because you're dice rolling, just right into the screen, dice rolling. Then you see the interrupt there. That then kicks you back now to macro dice roll, which takes you to the beginning of the code. Now you're checking if the flag is set. It is set, so then you set the flag to 0. I mean, I'm assuming you don't now just terminate and jump out of here. So let's just write that value to the screen. When you write that value to the screen, you do that for 200 milliseconds. Then what happens at that point? The flag is now 0. But then what is my interrupt still set? Is that the problem? So do I just need a bit of a debounce? I guess because my interrupt's being set by my finger and I'm not lifting it quick enough. So can we just set a 200 millisecond delay on there? I mean, that should be enough there because it writes to the screen there and it does a 200 millisecond delay. I wanted to give up, but I feel like I'm so bloody close. It's frustrating. Oh, man. All right, cool. I don't think this is correct to add the 200 millisecond delay, if I'm honest. I'd be very surprised if this flag being set to 0 here jumps me out of the if statement. I'd be very surprised by that. I mean, that would be crap programming. So I doubt that. I must be missing something. But I think I'm going to stop here if this doesn't work. I hope. Alright, so we're at 0 again. Press it. We start rolling. Press it again. It didn't even register that interrupt there. Sets it back to 0. Oh! Okay, no, I thought it worked there. Never mind. So why... I don't understand that. What's resetting now? Count. Count gets set to 0 there. Where else am I writing to this count? Oh. Oh. Am I... Oh. Does the program get start? Does the program start again? Like when you end there, I guess you do. Dang. Okay. So I guess it's this count is getting reset to 0 here because as I exit the interrupt, I come to the end of my interrupt, I then go back and I start my program execution again. So I need to check, have I already run this program? But I don't know how. I don't really understand that actually. So what do I want to do? If my flag, I guess I want to say if my flag is 1 there over here, then reset. I don't know. I guess so if my flag is 1, then right to the screen. Yo, I need to like reset my flag over here or something. I need to get rid of my flag reset here. So delete that delay. So what do we do here? Then we write to the set your flag to 1, call the interrupt, do all of that, then exit the interrupt now because I don't know why you're exiting. Okay, where am I exiting? I'm a bit tied up now. I'm logic wise, I'm tied up, and I kind of have an idea of what I want to do, but I don't really want to do it. So count is equal to 0. Begin, and I want to put an if statement around this to say only write count is equal to 0 when your flag is set to 1. I don't like this. Okay, so if flag, then count is equal to 0. Does that make sense to me? So, but if my flag is equal to 1, then it's just going to write to the screen and set my flag to 0. So set count is equal to 0 and flag is equal to 0, maybe. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna give up here now because it's 31 minutes, just too long of a video, and yeah, I'm not enjoying this anyways. I don't like the random guessing. It's frustrating. With no support and whatnot, like this is just trash. Like if you consider that that's for learning, you know, and that's all the information I have, which is tip: the LCD should display numbers 1 to 12, one after the other, over and over again rapidly at 20 millisecond intervals, much too fast to see with your human eye. Like that's it. That's all you give me. Yeah, I mean I can't be asked. So I've just now downloaded. So press it once. Oh, I've lost it. Press it once, and then press it again. It didn't even catch it. All right, it just set it back to 0. All right, I give up. I am defeated again, but I'll give this one a pass. I won't mark it on my video title like I have the other ones as a fail. I mean, it's just not. Again, as with everything on this curriculum, it's just not a very good written curriculum. So the next one, which I'll do in another video, or just read it now to see if I will do it. The dice keeps rolling as long as switch 0 is held down. Stops rolling when switch is released. At that point, displays. Okay, I'm not gonna do that. Again, just not enjoying this. Can't be asked. So task 3, using external interrupt. So this is again. All right, we'll do that in the next video. Assuming that it's somewhat different to this last one. Cool. All right, thanks for watching, guys. Sorry that it's just disappointing. I mean, overall, this curriculum is just disappointing. So I apologize. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.